Okay, so as I was saying before I was thwarted with my efforts here, I'm going to pull this little clip out, which I'm going to do with a pair of needle nose. That clip comes out, right? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the whole wheel to the left a little bit. There is a spring here that kind of holds it in. Push the wheel until it disengages here, and then kind of just pick it up and out, and then the whole unit should come right out. There's a little kind of plastic guide washer there. So now what he shows is, all right, so here's my mileage, which is 3001. So what he shows that you do is you rotate them this way until you get to 0. All right, so this is already at 0. So now I just rotate this one until it goes to 0. Right, which is there, and then move this. So it's not as easy as it makes it look. Alright, I'm going in the wrong direction, so alright, let me see if I can mess with this and make it work, and then I'll come back. Okay, so watching the video again, I might have figured this out, I'm not sure. What you want to do is you want to bring your second wheel in till it reaches 0, then with your thumb you kind of hold it in place. Now what we need to do is get this second bracket to line up with the first one. So he says spin all these, right? You spin them until it stops, and then you move your bracket 1 notch. Spin them all till it stops, and move your bracket 1 notch. Spin all of them till they stop. Basically it's this third wheel that's stopping every time you get to 9, I think. Spin them all till it stops, and then pull the bracket back. Spin them all till it stops, pull the bracket back. Right? And you cannot spin it until the bracket is moved. Alright, that's good. There we go, sorry. Okay, so now as you can see, these two brackets here, the first and second bracket are lined up. We got 0 and 0. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the third wheel to read 0. So now the third wheel reads 0, and I have to get this second bracket to line up. So I'm going to spin them all, and then I'm going to do the bracket, let's see, down, spin them all. Do the bracket down, spin them all. Oh, come on, don't screw up on me. Spin them all and do the bracket down. So you got to kind of make sure it's right in the same place, and then the bracket will move. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Stop, and then push the bracket. So it won't let you move if you don't. This bracket, unfortunately, has to come all the way around the entire. Oops, sorry. You got to hold that in place. It's going to come all the way around the entire wheel to get back lined up. So it's a little tedious, but it does seem to work in the long run. So boom, I think I got to go 1 or 2 more notches here. Hope this is still in focus for you. Okay, so now I have 3 zeros and I have 3 brackets lined up. All right. So now I'm going to do the next one. So the next one I bring to 0, hold it in place, spin these last 2, and I'm just going to rotate this final bracket. Stop, rotate, stop, rotate. So I'm spinning this, I'm spinning the numbers in the direction that they're meant to go in, and then once it stops, I spin the bracket back, and it only goes back 1 number at a time, as you know, because that's how the odometer works, or else you would have crazy reading on the mileage. All right. Click, and then 0, click. Come on, don't fight me now. I'm getting there. I'm supposed to be doing this as a demonstration. All right. Yeah, getting there. Boom. Clink. All right, so 1 more number, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 things lined up. So I put my thumb across all the zeros. Then I'm just going to spin this final wheel and move this last bracket back to its resting spot here. And there you have it. Oh, I went one too far. Okay, let's do it again. All right, so spin, 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 back, spin, 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 back, spin, 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 back, spin, spin. So you do have to kind of keep an eye on the brackets as you spin them, because if you move the wheel or go one too many, you kind of screw it up. All right then, so what I have now is I have all zeros, right? And I have all my brackets lined up. So now when this goes back in, so let's see, we put the spring on, right? And then we put the, whatever this thing is. This is like kind of like a little, it's a little cupped doohickey. All right, I am apparently a complete spaz, so you're gonna have to bear with me here. Okay, so that little black cup thing goes in there. We're gonna face all our zeros down with a bracket. The brackets are gonna line up on the metal there, and then we're gonna go. Oh, it's easier if you just put it on like that, then push it in, then drop the thing down until it engages there, and then you put your clip on. But if you see from the front, it's all please tell me I didn't do this right. Okie dokie. Maybe this is why I was fighting at the beginning, huh? So that's all zeros there. At least it's supposed to be. Oh, man. All right, so basically if you just tweak, you got to tweak the brackets and the numbers and make sure they're lined up right. I'm going to watch the video again and see if he lines the brackets up any differently than I did. But that's basically it. So hopefully that that answers your questions. Okay. So if you do actually get all the tabs lined up the right way, it does actually read all zeros. So that's great. So now I'm going to try it with the new speedometer that I got and try to get it to 3,001 miles. Wish me luck. Bye. Alrighty, so here's the new old speedometer that I got that reads 9,462 miles, and basically I just want to bring it down to 3,462 miles because that's roughly what the car has on it. So in doing so, I believe I just need to spin this one to 3. All right, so now I have 3,700 and something. All right, and then I'm going to go backwards on this one just because it seems to be easier. I don't know why. So spin, spin, spin till it stops, and then move your bracket. Spin it till it stops, and then move your bracket. Okay, so the two brackets are lined up, and then I guess I can go this way now, huh? Alright, so now I'm just trying to get the third bracket lined up. Okay, so third bracket's lined up. Now the fourth. It does make it 3,900, but whatever. I'm not. Odometer was broken for a little while, so I'm not going to split hairs over, a couple hundred miles here. Okay, so now the fourth bracket is lined up. And believe it or not, the fifth one lined up too. So now I have 3,900 miles, which is fine, right? And I'm just going to put that back in the odometer or in the speedo, reading that number. And that's, close enough. So that's how I did it. And hopefully this helps. But if it were up to me, I just watched Joe Resto's video on YouTube because he does it a lot better than I do. So thanks a lot. See you later. Bye. Okay, so it turns out that because I didn't have all the numbers set back to 0, that the brackets were able to turn freely. Normally when they're set back to 0, they kind of lock into place. So what I did was I cut a very thin piece of masking tape and stuck it across the wheel on the opposite side of my actual odometer reading so that they wouldn't turn. And hopefully this helps. So got my spring on there. Spring on the post, and then I'm going to put this little kind of washer thing on here. There. Alright, I am such a spaz today. I don't know what's going on. No caffeine, that's the problem. Alright, so there's my little springy thing, right? Then I'm going to line that up in there. Right? And push this in. And line all that stuff up here. So, I think that did it. Nope. I think this is going to do it here. All right, so now it reads the number's 58755 on that side, and lo and behold, 3,200 on this side, which is what I wanted. So, back in business. Thank you for your time. Sorry about the chaotic video and stuff, but anyhow, it's all good. Bye. All right, let's try that again. All right, so in order to test and see if it works, what I did is hook my drill up to it, run it in reverse, because that's the way the odometer and speedometer runs, and I run it for 9/10 of a mile on the trip meter, and then I watch for the number to turn on the actual odometer itself. So run it to like 60. Look at that, it's coming over to 1. Alright, that's awesome. So that means it works. So speedometer works, trip meter works, odometer works. I consider that a success. Now I'm just going to put it all back together and put it in the car. Awesome. Bye.